Lelels, Lele's, and Gens. How's that? My name is Van Pebble. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. It's not even morning. It's afternoon. I am the Joker character in this game, and I am playing a game. This is Balatro. Now, Balatro has changed. It's now... No, this is HD Poker, of course. One of the greatest games of all time. Texas Hold'em. But HD Poker just takes a nice little slant on it. This is a great table. Look how cool the table is. It's cute, which is what we like. We like to just chill. And this is what it's all about. This is my world. You're in my world right now. This is a bad bet, but we made that bet because we thought we maybe could hit the ace. And I don't know. I mean, this person probably has a pair of something. I'm going to fold that. I might have had this hand, actually, but it's okay. Really, really, really like this table. I also really like Coca-Cola, so I'm going to drink some. And things have been great. Things are great. I'm great. I should say I'm doing great. So we got, like, here we got a nice little... Oh, there's the ace. Okay, that's nice. That'll slow anybody down that was trying to get a little bit of a draw going. I'm going to bet almost 100 G's. Or 100K. Why is K? When did K become 1,000? 100K. Why should it just be 100 grand? Oh, there he goes. He wins. Get a big win there. Big win for the big winner. Yeah, things have been fantastic. The reason I'm on my phone is not to be a dick. It's because I have an Amazon thing coming in. So today's a special day because it's a day that we don't work a real job. I have a real job. I won't sit and talk about my job all the time like some streams I do. We're just gonna bypass that today, but I am a security guard. It's what I do for a living, and I do it 3 days a week. So I do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There, I'm talking about it. But it's like 10-hour shifts, and once I do those shifts, I have the rest of the week to myself. So I could be a human being. It took me a long time to figure out that the most important thing to me in my life isn't necessarily the hustle of a job. I don't think I have anything in this. I'm going to fold this. The hustle of a job or the sorry, I was picking my nose. Gross. The self-esteem of a job. It's not about that. And maybe it was when I was younger. Trying to climb the ladder, I gave up on that a long time ago. Every job I go to, no one looks at me like I'm going to be a manager or anything. They look at other people. They're usually looking to the cute people or the attractive or the ones that are like the people that are this kind of energy at jobs. You ever go to jobs and people like have that kind of energy? Hey guys, yeah, whoa. They got that personality, man. Woo, snap it out. And then everybody wants like to be their friend and everyone wants to have sex with them and date them. I hate work. Like that's why I started hating working. For that reason, because I was like, not only because I wasn't that person, but I also didn't feel like that person anyway. Like, even if everybody was trying to fuck me and everybody thought I was really cool, and I always go back inside myself. I don't feel comfortable, like, with that kind of... I think, like, I'm more of a quiet, kind of thoughtful... I'm a perspective guy. I sit back and I think about... what about this? I'm more of a perspective guy, which is what streaming I feel like is that you're kind of like waiting and dealing and then you talk. Your perspective comes from the experience. It's a lot different than being this. I mean, there's a lot of streamers that are the person that I just described, which is like the but I hate them. I really don't enjoy that kind of personality, and so now when I go to a job, it's not like that at all. I like to have personality and stuff, but it gets annoying because it almost feels like you're competing with people at times at a lot of these jobs. So I just got sick and tired of that world, and it was going nowhere for me. And then what I finally realized was that I'm a guy who, what do I value most? I had to really think about it. Because if we're not we need money. You gotta figure out your money situation. Well, I got a nice place to live, and the rent's cheap and stuff. I figured I don't have family. I don't have kids. So what do I do? And you go through this thing of like, what's a good job for me? I mean, guys, it took me forever to figure out. And then I'm still always figuring it out, but like really like in this moment, like it's happening. It's happening, you know. And what I did figure that one thing. And that one thing is timing. It's timing. No, just kidding. It's an old joke. One thing I figured out is, see how I messed up the timing? That's the joke of it. No, what I figured out is, actually, it is time. It is timing. I figured out that the most important thing to me is having time to be able to do a life. Because I want to do more than just one job. I would love to work like 3 different jobs, but I don't want to do a 40-hour week of a job. I would love to do like, it would be cool if I like worked in a fucking food van for like a couple days a week, and then I did this for a couple days, and I did it. So now we have a job 3 days a week as a security guard. It's paying good money. It's 30 hours is perfect for me financially, and now I can do this. I have time to do this, and we're looking at other stuff as well. So we actually have, but you need the time to do that stuff. And whenever I would fantasize about different jobs, by the way, the cards went cold for us, by the way. We just started getting, oh, there's the king. But really, I mean, there's this hand maybe, but cards went kind of cold for us. So that's why we've been folding. Yeah, I mean,
quads.
Nice. Ooh, quads. Nice. Quads are nice. Time was the big one. And once I got my time, once I have my time, which I have now, it did really change my everything. It changed now. Whenever I would sit and think about, or if I was at a job, a 40-hour work week, right? I would always sit and fantasize about, that's your best time to like, what do I really, like, what would I'd rather be doing right now? And it would always just be like, I don't really necessarily have a thing that I want to do. I just want to be on my own and be able to like have my own thoughts and feelings and have no one pushing me around and stuff. And it's time. Time is the answer. Having your own time to yourself, having a day to yourself, to be able to make your own there was our straight. But how do you know though? Jack 5, it's a weird it's weird. Anyway, so we're on the path now. And that couldn't have said that like before this job, quite frankly. Security, even when I was working security jobs that I didn't like, because there was a few companies that I worked before I got this company that I love now, that and like I said, we're not talking about the specific job, but we are talking about overall, because this is my life, and that's what this stream's about. It's about me. So now we're on the path of, like, we have all the time now to think about what we want to do and to do what we want to do and to, like, feel what we want to feel. And we're not, like, you know, one of the toughest things about jobs for me is thinking about having to go to that job. Like, it's always like, and I used to feel this way about school too. Whenever we go to school, and school is a full-time job, you know, Monday through, I feel for kids that have to go to school, like, I really do, because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they got to go to this fucking dumbass, and then Friday they love, and Saturday they love, but Sunday was always a day that I was, like, anxious, because I knew I had homework and shit, I had to go to school, I had to deal with school people, but there was always that part of me that enjoyed, like, I want to live, I think most of us feel this way, is we want to live a weekend life. Like, all that energy you had when you were a kid in school about the weekend, if you can take that with you. This is a shit hand, by the way, 9-5. You know why? Because we're talking about 9-to-5 jobs, and we're fucking pissed. Get rid of it. Get rid of 9-to-5. So, and I never liked the 9-to-5 grind, and I really hit it on the head, is that what I really don't like, there's so many things I don't like about jobs, but, like, I know there's jobs that are cool, and I do like work, and I like working, and I love the self-esteem it gives you, I love that it gets you out into the world, you meet different people, but some of the jobs that are out there are, like, demeaning, or they're put on a like I was just saying, put on a personality. It's like nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to be the rock. Like, I would look at these jobs, because I was in the food industry, basically. So any job that I would, because it was indoors, I always thought, I'll go with that because it's indoors. But now, fuck it, I'm outdoors now, and I don't care. I'd rather be sick, like, one day a week. I'm not really sick, but, like, I woke up today, I'm, like, a little bit, like, oh, my head hurts a little. I was in the cold for 30 hours, 3 days, like the last 10 hours a day. Just, it's cold, it's raining. But I would rather do that than have to fucking do the grind that I was doing and be around the people I was around. And I'm not really a people, like, I love people, but I put me around people too much and I don't like them. There's no breathing room. I need breathing space, you know? There's a reason, if you watch our streams, you'll notice. Please watch our streams. What you'll notice is there's not one stream where I'm talking to people. And I fantasize about it. I fantasize. That's a good word. I fantasize. I fantasize about, like, not talking weird, but just, like, getting on, hey, man, where are you going to go? Oh, go to the left, go to the right. And maybe one day we will do that. But it really takes away from the experience of, like, that I'm having right now, which is I have all the time in the world to get into my thoughts. There's no uncomfortable topics. I'm not going to stumble over any weird thing, because a lot of people just don't. I'll give you a quick little story. And here we go. We're at any time we'll get back to the game if the game starts to move. Right now it's just boring. Although I do like this hand. And we got good chips, actually. We're one of the high chip people. So. And I do love this table. So there was this, here's the story. Story time, everybody, story time. So here's the story. And it's a true story, so it's not a story. I'm not making it up. Just telling it as we go. By the way, back to the table here. All right. By the way, before we get into the story, which I got it. I won't forget it. No one's really killing at this table. No one is killing at this table. I just noticed Gritza. I played against Gritza many times. many, many times. All right. So here's the story. So there's this guy that I live with, right? To this day, I live with this guy, right? He's a roommate and for some reason the guy has like a hostility toward me. By the way, I want to do something here that I have not done yet. I'm sorry. I'll tell the story, but I want to move this over here. It's not fair to people that I don't. Yeah. There we go. That was I had it. The camera was in a weird place. All right, this is a big hand here. This is a big hand for us. Potentially ace king. We got somebody. Got a taker. All right. Not a great flop for this hand. But that doesn't mean I'm just going to give up. I'm not just going to give up this hand just because the flop was shit. Because we still have great cards. And that didn't do anything for us, but we'll just check it through. Obviously, that guy wins. And he only wins side pot, though, right? No, he wins the whole thing? Okay. It's fine. It was too good of a hand to not play it. But bear with me. I'm just trying to do both, play the game and tell stories at the same time. And I don't want to forget stories, but at the same time, we are focused. And that's the good thing about me. If you take me to a job, right? You know how people go to job and they just talk? I was never that person. I had done it before, and I noticed that people don't like to just, when they're at work, they want to be focused. So I know how to talk and work at the same time. So don't worry, you're with the right person. If we worked together, you would love it. Because I'm a professional, and I'm fun. But I don't try, be fun. Oh, let's have fun. Let's be super fun. Relax. The fun will come. All right. We have 10-2, which is not a great hand on the surface. But the diamonds are looking shiny. Shine bright like a diamond. And there's that 2 on the flop, and that's going to be tricky. If we can make it to the next card, which is called the river, and that didn't do it for us. We didn't hit anything. We hit the 2s and 4s. We could get away with this hand, possibly. There it is, folks. That was a big win, actually, because we were kind of a little bit cold there. Money was getting a little low. So here's the story. I live with a guy who had lived here previously, and he was not a very nice guy when he lived here before. When he came back to live here, he was more the same, kind of aggressively, openly kind of. I'll give you an example of the root of the kind of like hostility, right? It's a weird word to say hostility, but like, for example, when he would ask me for something, let's say he wanted to borrow something, or let's say he's a roommate, right? So let's say he's asking me about something. Have you seen the frying pan, the old frying pan? He asked me, have you seen the old frying pan? I would say, no, I haven't. Well, do you know what would... If I asked him that, he would go, oh, have you seen the old frying pan? He would go, yes and no. So it's always this weird thing. And when it turned out, it's a guy like doesn't, for whatever reason, he's an asshole, is basically the bottom line. It has nothing to do with me at all. And so the story is that I started becoming, later now, the second time around the guy lived here, which is now, I started going out to smoke cigars in the front porch, which is where he goes as well. And we started talking a little bit, and he will have his moments where he turns into an a-hole, but then he'll snap back in and become friendly. So it's to me, I'm always that guy that tries to obviously go the good way. And you figure sometimes you just have to break the ice. So he gets a cat, right? He has a cat that he's had for a really long time. And so I'm all for it. I'm like, oh, right, because I love cats. I'm a big fan. I don't have one now, but I used to have one. There's a lot to take care of, and I don't want to take care of anything but myself right now. So, but he has a cat. So all of a sudden, the guy gets the cat, and like days and weeks and months go by, and the next thing I know, the guy's like, hey, the cat seems to like you. The cat runs to your door all the time. If you want to like pet the cat, feel free. If you want to like hang out with the cat, I'll leave my door open. You can come. So I was like, at first I was like, I don't know, like leave your door open. I don't know, like this could get weird. He was like, well, I don't want it to get weird. If it gets weird, don't make it weird. And it got weird, of course, right away. The guy got jealous every time I was with his fucking cat. And then eventually the guy just started kind of bossing me around, which is sort of the end of the story, which is like the guy just started asking me like texting me while I'm trying to look, because at the time I didn't have much work going on, so I was home a lot. Like even now I'm home a lot. Does that mean that I do nothing? That I don't have a life? So it really turned me off. The guy started like texting me all the time. Have you seen my cat? Where's my cat? How's she doing? And you start to feel a little bit of pressure. Like, oh, I guess I'll go see the cat. And then I realized, like, this guy's, like, bossing me around with his life and his cat. Then it started turning into, like, I have a package coming. Can you make sure? And it's like, dude, I'm not your fucking bitch errand boy. And it's weird how that happened, how it turned around. But it really was just... the guy was always a dick, and I finally just had to basically, like, not to sound weird, but like break it off. Like I don't look at his cat. I don't look at his cat. I mean, I don't let his cat in my room anymore. I love the cat, but I don't like try to go out of my way to see the cat. I blocked him from my phone number. He no longer texts me. And now he asked me the other day, I'm going to be gone for 5 days. And I said, I'm busy. I've got things to do. Like, I don't talk to the guy. And the story was really like, I'm trying to think specifically why I told that story. Because, I mean, it just has to do with the direction that I'm going in, you know? Which is that, like, I guess I felt like I needed to tell that story. But it's changed my life in a good way. I'm like, I don't have that guy hanging around, staring at me around the house. Like, it's very strange how people can get with you. That's why I'm not a people person, really. I just find that people don't know their kind of boundaries around each other. It's weird because boundaries is really important to me, but a lot of people don't have them. And the guy never liked me anyway. There was a lot of weird stuff too, man. There's so much more to tell, but I'll leave it at that. I won't put the guy's name out there. I'll leave there. And don't worry, the guy doesn't watch my fucking streams. Nobody does. Nobody. That's another weird thing too. It's like when you do something that you're proud of, and nobody asks you about it. One time I told the guy because he found out that I stream, and his response was like, oh, I should do that. I would like to do that. I could stream too. Like, the guy was just one of those guys. He was a whack job, like, psyche. Like I said, he was a dick. He will not be missed. And I was actually working the security job the other day. By the way, this game is going by so crazy. Like, finally it's moving. The game is finally taking place. There really wasn't much happening there for a while there. But I love it anyway. It's a great game. One of the things I love about this game is it really gives you a chance to talk and get things going. That's what this stream is really about, because we've got a full day today to stream some good stuff. And this is the start of it. We've got some side-scroller games. I don't want to talk about other games while we're playing a game to take the shine away from this game, but man, we've got some games. And that's the great thing about getting a job and like starting to make money again, is that there's a lot of games I want to buy. So, and it's funny because a lot of the games, they're not even expensive games. You would think like, oh, here we go, you fall for that trap, you get money, you spend it. It's like most of the games that I want to buy are like $8, $5, $6. They're all like side scroller games. So I like real video games, you know. That Balatro game was great, though. That's a great game. And one of the greatest things about this game is that the fucking game is free. By the way, Gritza, who I played with before, is killing it. I'm going to tell Gritza, you're doing great, Gritza. You're doing great, Gritza. So 250k. This is a horrible hand for us. 7-4. This is one of the worst hands I've ever had. Anytime I get this hand, I'm like, why? Why, God, does it have to be me? And this is the hand I have. It's a horrible, horrible hand. Almost anything beats what I have. It's terrible. And I'm just trying to stay alive at this point. It's very sad. I feel bad this is the way I have to go out. But we did get top 3. And there's other poker games as well. We will continue to play if this thing craps out on us. By the way, we have really nothing on the board. We're all in, so it doesn't matter what we do at this point. Nothing came up for us. It's just been that kind of game that the cards just weren't coming in, folks. And there goes the queen with the king kicker wins. And this just wasn't our game. It just wasn't our game. So that's what happens. But you get third place, you still place. And we're going to try to play a really nice, chunky tournament. Let's play this one, actually. 80 mil. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, things are good, like I said. And the end of the story really is that person... I'm trying to think what was the initial reason why we told that story. I don't even really know why there's got to be a reason why we told, but just the way things are going lately, the way things are flowing, I had to just like make a decision. Like, this is it. I've got to make a decision here. Because the guy was driving me crazy. So finally we had like this big windstorm, right? We had a huge windstorm. I live in Seattle. And the windstorm was really branches. We lost power. It was like a really, really bad storm. And the next day, everybody in the house that lives in my house was like nowhere to be found. There was shit all over the yard, and I had to work that day. So I just woke up early and just started fixing the house, like branches that were all over the yard. I got a rake. I started doing a bunch of work. And that guy got pissed off at me, basically, because I was like working. Like, he wants to be the alpha dog. I almost think of it like sometimes with guys, when you're a man in this, and I don't know how women are. I've heard women, it's tough with women as well, with other women. But when there's a group of guys, it almost becomes like a prison mentality where like there's an alpha dog and then there's like the other guys, then there's like the bitch. You're my bitch or whatever. And like I hate that. I really do. Like I'm not just saying it. Like there's some people that enjoy that aspect of like, oh, he's the alpha. Here it comes. Bark, bark, big dog. But I don't like the big dog thing. I'm not an Andrew Tate fan. I'm not a like. I'm not like. Also, I'm not like. I'm into women's lib. Also, like, I'm just me. I don't want to be like, I support women's rights. I do support women's rights, but I'm just saying, like, anyway. I think you understand what I'm saying with that. It's like but when it does turn into that a lot of times, where when you live with other guys, there's always that like prison bitch mentality of like, you know, who can hold the stare the longest or whatever. And that's just not me, man. If I see people in the hallway at my house, I wait until they walk by. I don't like purposely get in their space and, hey, what's up? And stand in their face and, what's up, I said. Talk to me, I'm talking to you, you know? And this is kind of the mentality of a lot of these guys. It fucking sucks. All right. We got a game coming up here. This is a big one. Let's see here. We could there's two things we could do here. We could play this game, which I'm totally down for. We could also play this game. Or we could play two games. We could play two games at the same time. That's always fun. If that's what happens, then so be it. It's not happening, so we're just going to go ahead and play this game. Ladies and gentlemen, another 800K, and this is the second game in the series here. And the good thing about these is I always feel good. For the second game, I always feel better. Sometimes the first game, I kill. I thought we did pretty good at that game, but I'm not satisfied with. I want the victory. So there it is. Sometimes in life, man, I've learned that, you know, you have to just like. You gotta let things go, is what I was gonna say, and let people go. And sometimes it's not easy, and there's always the things in your voices. By the way, we have a straight here. We're gonna go ahead and play this straight. Nice bet. Somebody should bite on that. There you go. This would be a good little win for us if we get the win, which we should. I can't imagine they have anything to beat us at this point. We have a high straight as well. So if they have a 4, there we go. All right, let's try to get some money here. We're going all in with the straight. They probably have a 9. What they don't have is most likely the jack. They don't have anything really. I don't know what they were thinking there. 10s and a 4? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is a small straight. A victim of a small. Yeah, this happens, man. I've been there. You think you got this hand. You've got a straight. You're thinking, the person over there has a pair or whatever. You don't realize they have a stronger straight than you. The same hand you have, but they have a higher hand. Or sometimes it's like you both have aces on the board, but your card is slightly higher than their kicker is slightly higher than their kicker. So sometimes, like, I have an ace 10 and you have an ace 9, and I win because I have a 10. It's like, it's brutal, but that's the game, and it's smart. Yeah, man, it's tough sometimes. Sometimes you gotta just like, and I've picked my lane. You know, my lane is really, if it changes, it's fine. But my lane right now is, and it's been this way for a long time, is I travel alone. I don't travel. I'm not a wolf pack guy. I'm a cat. You know, if it was like, choose what animal you were, I'm probably more like well, some cats are. You know what? Cats are pack animals too. That's not true. I've seen cats. They're always laying around together. You know, have you ever seen cats? There's like 4 or 5 cats, and they'll synchronize their movements. It's really weird. Like, they'll just start to do the same things it's very, very strange. So I'm definitely not a cat. I'm definitely like a squirrel or something. I don't know what animal I would be. A squirrel sounds pretty accurate, actually. Maybe a raccoon. Saw a raccoon yesterday at work. They act and look like cats, just wilder. I remember when I had a cat, my cat used to hang around raccoons a lot. He would come home with that's the problem, is he would get beat up. I'm sure he beat them up pretty good too, but he was a tough cat, that cat. But that was the thing, is this guy that we were talking about earlier, and then this will be the last we say about it, but I don't know why. It almost feels like he saw that I was really this. I love cats, and he just used that to infiltrate and try to dominate me. Isn't that weird? I know he likes my cat, so I know how to get this guy. I know how to dominate this guy. I'll use my cat. What finally put me over the edge with that is that day that I was picking up leaves and all this stuff we had a bad windstorm, and I picked everything up. We had this little cat dish outside that had water in it, and it was filthy because it got mixed up with all the branches and stuff. By the way, good hand here. I like what we've got. We've got queen 10. We've got a queen. The 10, obviously, we don't have, so if anybody has that, we're kind of screwed. It's kind of, right now, 96k is a pretty low bet for this. But I'll stay with it. Like you said, I don't know what they have. They have a queen king. There you go. So it's a perfect example of why I didn't play that harder. I didn't bet more because I said just what we were talking about. They could have a kicker, a higher card. They did. It was a very, very cool moment that we captured there. We are doing cool stuff. It's talk up everything, make it seem like it's bigger than it is. Yeah, it's for the best. But okay, so there was a cat dish. So that day the guy was being weird. Because I noticed he saw me working, and rather than say something to me or hey, what's up, or hey, nice, you're working out there, which is what I would say to people. Hey, I noticed you're putting some work together. Good for you, man. Good job. Yeah, it was a tough storm we had last night. Good work. Good job, man. Looking good. Looking strong. Nobody ever does that with me. I'm always the guy that's why I don't even fucking. So. The guy's being weird, and so I see this cat dish, and the cat dish, by the way, we're looking good here. We've got a flush, potential flush. I take the cat dish, and I have to go to work, I realize, as I'm cleaning the yard, and I go, oh shit, the cat dish, I didn't get a chance to clean it off or anything, so I take the cat dish and I stick it where I feel like people will find it. And I text the guy and go, look, the cat dish is still dirty. I'm sorry, man, but I literally just found the cat dish I was leaving, and it's filthy. So but it is. I put it somewhere. If you want to find it, man. Okay, talk to you later. Thought that would be a nice heads up. The guy sends me this nasty text of how could you do that? How could you do that to my cat? And all this kind of weird stuff. And that was where I just made the decision, I'm done with this guy. Because honestly, man, what is the next move when somebody's that rude? Is for me as a guy, we've just talked about being a guy, it's to go, hey man, fuck you. Fuck you too. You know what I mean? Anytime it goes there and you live with people, it's not a very good, it doesn't go anywhere good. And I realize that that's all there really is between me and people mostly in my life. It's you try to have a conversation with them and they have nothing but stupid shit to say, and it could quickly go into the world of go fuck yourself. So I just kind of don't talk to most people. I mean, I live in a house full of people that I don't even talk to, but I'm nice to them when I see them, by the way. There's no resentment. I have no hidden resentments in it, but there are some times where I have to tell people yeah, no, I'm not your bitch. Like, say it without saying that. But that happens in life. I'm sure people watching this going up. I know there's a lot of people that just for some reason they see your face, they think that's my bitch. Oh, there's my bitch. I used to get that at jobs a lot of times. I'd go to different jobs and people would just think that they could just talk to me any certain way. And it's not that I'm a tough guy, but I just want respect. I don't expect people to fear me or anything like that. I just expect people to just be polite. And if you don't, by the way, if you don't want to talk to me or whatever, you don't have to do that either. But don't do the other thing, which is the rude thing. Back to the table. This is a good table. We are playing a lot better. I do like this table. I like the tables that we've been playing with. I don't think I played in either of these tables that I'm playing at. This is a really cool view. Which is all I could hope for, just to take me away from it all. Oh, three fours, nice. All right, here we go. This hand has been called at times hooks. This guy's all in with 98k. I've got the best hand, I think. Maybe not, but I feel like I do. 6, 7, 8. Now somebody could have a 9. That could fuck us. That could hurt us. But I feel like, there we go. There you go. There's the hand right there. That's the big hand. But that's a really big hand. But he only won that side pot because he only had 98k. So, adios amigo. We lost somebody. And it will tell nice hand shockwave. And look, you know what, man? Like, I'm older. My energy is kind of like what it is. I feel like when I'm around people, there's always this and I always felt this way when I was younger too. There's this expectation that whoever has the most energy wins the thing. Hey, yeah. And it's like, I'm kind of sick of like throwing my energy around everywhere. I just kind of want to be me. Isn't that what we've always said? Isn't that what everyone always says to when like there's a problem in your life? Just be yourself. They don't mean that. They don't mean it. Nobody wants you to really just be yourself. But I do. That's what I want. I think I'm the only person that really just wants people to be themselves. Be yourself. I want you to be whatever makes you feel comfortable. That's what I want for me. It's what I want for you. I don't think people really want that. I think a lot of times we're talking about guys want you to fear them. Guys want, like, they want you to, like, when they're in the room, they want you to be, like, scared of them. I don't know why a lot of guys are like that. I don't know why. And also, I should mention that this guy that I'm talking about was in the military, and so was I. I was in the military, too. So I do recognize that there could be a little bit of that, where there's a little bit of, like, who's the big fucking guy? But I promise you, I'd never have ever traveled with that attitude. I'm not that guy. In fact, people are always surprised when they find out that I was in the military, and when they find out what branch of service I was in, they're shocked. I was in the Marine Corps. I joined the Marines. There's a whole story, we won't get into it now, but like basically when I was a kid and coming out of high school, there was no way I was going to live with my parents. My parents had broken up. There was no way I was going to live with my mom or my dad. My mom was losing her mind around that time. Like, not like really, but like she was kind of I mean, it was her own fault because she cheated on my dad. And she was basically like, my mom cheated on my dad with my science teacher. That's not a fucking joke. That's real. I know a lot of streamers have like really similar stories because we had horrible lives. And I think like childhoods, like our very weird parents and weird situations that I think made us like, for some reason, it turned us into introverts. It made us question things to ours because we don't have anyone else to talk to about this stuff. So we talk to ourselves. We have to like get to a point where we're reasoning things out with ourselves. This is a great hand, by the way, Ace Jack. So my mom cheats on my father. My dad was a teacher. That guy was a teacher too. It was just a mess. And back to the game here. 8, 9, 10, Jack. Unfortunately, there's no straight though. We have an ace. We don't have anything else. This guy definitely has something. I'm folding, and I'll let him know I had something, but I didn't have something. Yeah, I knew you had something. Because you're the king. You're the king, baby. You're the king. You're the king. I'm going to tell him, you're the king, baby. You're the king. So, that's funny. Yeah, I think there's definitely a thing that happens with streamers, and like, I think we're people that like, we have a story to tell, but like a personal story to tell, I guess. Because like stuff always happens to me all the time. Like that thing I was telling you with the guy in the house, that like doesn't, I feel like it doesn't happen to most normal people. Like I have people just like pick on me. Like it sounds weird to say because I'm a grown man, but I'll just like, if I'm in a group of people, somebody will just give me a look and they'll just try to fuck with me. It happens a lot. So maybe it's why I became a security guard, because I have the power, I have the control. Like, you know, that is probably true. So my mom cheated on my dad, and then I ended up living with my mom though. And she was just, at that point in my life, I was a senior in high school, and she was a mess. Like, she just was trying to find her way because she broke up her marriage, and now she had to find a new life for herself, and it was hard. But she did that. Like, you know, it's hard for me to really defend my mom. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an interesting hand. This guy obviously has something, but so do we. I don't know what he has. I'm going to guess he has probably a straight or a queen. I'll go with him because he didn't go all in. There you go. He had that makes sense that he really didn't have shit. He was chasing a straight, chasing a flush. He didn't have it. He didn't have it. But good try, Squirrel Nuts. Good try. So I ended up joining the military because I was like, my mom's kind of not lose. If I feel like if my parent was really losing their mind, I would try to help them. She wasn't losing her mind. She was just like freaked out because she made a mess of her life by cheating on my father, and now she was living on, like, basically living somewhere. She had a decent job, but she was trying to find like, what is she gonna do with her life? She was like 40 years old. She was like in her late 30s at the time. So my mom, like, look, what she did was fantastic because she, even though it was shitty that she cheated on my dad, I can't help but feel what she did was obviously out of it's hard to give someone like credit for being lustful because I think she was being lustful, which is really sucks. But I also think that she just wasn't in love with my dad, which I understand that too. And he was kind of a cock sucker, you know what I mean? It was just his attitude was not loving to her or whatever. But to cheat on with my science teacher, which is also my sister's science teacher. See, it was my sister's science teacher first. He was a biology teacher. And Mr. Geiger, thanks, buddy. Thanks for cheating on my. But it would, if it wasn't that guy, it would have been somebody else, because that was just, my mom was just like a mess of a person at the time, and she's doing great now. I don't talk to my parents because, listen to that story. Don't they sound like fucking assholes? They were. Listen, my parents taught me nothing about life. By the way, back to the game. So I definitely don't have anything here. I would just be chasing if I tried to continue. This guy's got 10 king. I think it looks like he's got his hand. Nice hand. Great play, Squirrel Nuts. Great play. I can relate to Squirrel Nuts because I feel like I'm a squirrel. If I was an animal, I'd probably be a squirrel. No doubt about it. So yeah, you know, where I always think about, like, what could have, my parents, I forgive them, you know, they did the best they could, and my parents showed me a lot of love growing up. Like, they just always were very loving people to me, but and they gave, I don't feel like, if anything weird happened to me, it wasn't from my parents. You know, it wasn't like they didn't leave me with weird strangers or strange uncles that would do weird shit. Like, no weird shit ever really happened to me. And I give my parents credit for that, because they gave me a nice solid place to grow up. And I'm grateful for it always. Okay, we have a situation here. He'll fold. There's no way he's going to play that. Oh, he fucking played that. Oh my god, look at this hand. I'm going to check this. I want to see what he does. He's just going to check. He doesn't have shit. Oh, he bets. Dude, I'm all in. This is crazy right now. Oh, you know what, though? He could have a flush, but a full house is better than a flush. Oh, I hope he has a flush. That is so crazy. That's crazy. That had to hurt, but look, this is the situation this guy was in. He had his flush, which, who could blame him? Who could blame him? Right? He had a flush. He's thinking, this is my hand. He's got to be thinking that. That's wild. That had to hurt him, because he definitely for sure felt like he's got the hand. There's no question that he felt like, this is my hand. So now we have 4s and 10s. And the way this game has been going, I very well could have the best hand here. And we did. It's just the way the game's going. No one's getting great cards. I'm getting good cards. So this guy's all in. So we have a straight draw here. I would probably have to play this either way. If I get E9-10 Jack, either a 7 or a queen. A 7 or a queen. There's the queen. I mean, this is just a beautiful thing. I could win it all right here if Polon Weston goes all in. I'm going to try to take him all in. I hope he goes all in, because I just want to win right now. I just want to win it all. Just go, go, go. There you go. And I would imagine that we won this thing. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to do it. That's it. We leave on a high note. That's going to be the stream for today. Usually I play I'll play a game of a bonus stream, I call it, like usually like Balatro or something. But today we're just going to leave it at that. We just won a tournament. It felt really good to go out on a high note, and we put in a good amount of time here. This is a good stream today, good hour. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Van Pebble. You can find me on all types of social media, and here's the bottom line. It's the bottom motherfucking line. Motherfucking line. I like how I said motherfucking. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put on a little, let's get rid of this. This is somebody's podcast. We don't want to advertise other people's podcasts. Let's go ahead and advertise our wares. Thanks for watching Van Pebble today. Basically, this is what we got. Van Pebble on most platforms. We got Van Pebble on Twitter. That's right. We put on X. We finally changed our name to Van Pebble. I was going by my real government name for a long time there, so it felt good to. There we are, Van Pebble, using the AI to create our own. I love AI now. You can create your own avatars and shit. Here's something I really love. I love this. Look at this. Oh, you can't see it on there. Oh, never mind. I was going to show you a picture. So anyway, this is my. Let's do the advertisement. And we'll get out of here. You can send money to Thomas Paulvino at Thomas Paulvino, and don't report the link. I don't know why would you report it? Don't report it, but send money to me. Yay! If you want to send money, that's how you do it. People can send me primes, but I don't know if there's any real benefit to priming me, because it's not like I talk to chat. I'm not that kind of streamer. I do my own thing. I'm more of a YouTuber, really. Like, I feel like my style is more for YouTube, where it's like you go and you watch it. You don't like interact with it. You just watch it, enjoy it. And that's where you can find me, Van Pebble, on YouTube. There's a lot of videos. There's 221 videos. Each video is at least an hour. So you're getting like serious, like you're getting over 220 hours of content. That was my goal when I started this. Is I wanted to be a content creator. And what that meant to me was you do it consistently, crank out the content. If somebody was to ask me what I think I would describe myself, I would say, obviously, I'm a security guard. Really nice guy and funny and smart. And I'm also a content creator on the side. Boom, there it is. The word influencer is so gross and ugly, and since I don't seem to really have any real influence, I would never call myself that. I think that covered it. Yeah, Van Pebble on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much. And that was great. That was a great way to go out. Just go out with a fucking bang. And now the reason I'm cutting it, because I usually would play another game as a bonus stream. I have an Amazon delivery coming. I need to get it. I've got like a flow in my life where it's like I only have certain time, so I got to do it now. But when we come back, we will be streaming again today throughout the rest of the day. Or I should say throughout the rest of the evening, because it is 3 o'clock already. We've got some really great games, and I'm very excited for all of you to see those games. And there goes the music. I just cut everything off like a jerk. Everything just got cut off. So now you're stuck with me in this weird, but anyway, look, thanks. We had a good time. We'll talk to you later, and thank you for watching the stream. Hold on, I can't get, that's a weird way to go. Nobody's watching at this point anyway. But for me personally, that's a weird way to go. Let's do this. What do we got? What are we doing here? Behind the scenes? Okay. There we go. That feels better. I didn't feel right leaving like that. Alright, that's it. Let's let the music play a little bit longer, and then we'll get out of here. It's a good way to leave. see if my Amazon delivery got here. Yeah, listen. We have so many games. Like, that's like we have I mean, there's people that have more games. But I mean, we have a lot of games that I want to play. Like, I really want to play a lot of these games. So we got to get to it. And that's coming up, I promise. Maybe I'm being controversial right now, but Snoopy really was a great dog. Like, you could say like he did spend a lot of time being like having imagination and pretending he was like a pilot. He would lay on the top of his doghouse and he would pretend that he was a pilot. And it was kind of frustrating. I would sometimes be like, Snoopy, get your head out of the clouds, But you know what I love about Snoopy? Not only was he, he befriended a bird, which is rare for a dog. If you think about it, most dogs would kill the bird. You have to train a dog to not hurt smaller animals, especially birds. They love the birds. And Snoopy loved Woodstock. But look at Snoopy here. He works. Snoopy was never afraid to put in a hard day's work. I really admire that about him. He's a good dog. And one of the cutest cartoons, it really is cute, Snoopy. It's weird because it was one of the most it's a kind of a boring cartoon. If you ever watch this, what was it called? Peanuts? Yeah, it was a weird thing. It wasn't a very childish cartoon. It was kind of like a weird the guy who drew the cartoon, I think when I was a kid he was 58. Yeah, he was an old man when I was a kid, and then for an old man, I always thought it was weird for an old person. And I'm starting to have all these ideas now that the stream is over, but it's kind of weird for an old person to do child entertainment. I always found that strange. Stay out of kid stuff if you're an adult. We don't need an adult making childlike entertainment. It was always weird, yeah, anyway, that's gonna do it for me. Thanks for watching the stream, and we will talk to you later today. We will definitely be around for sure. See you later. Thank you. Bye.